What's up guys, and welcome back to Mathematical Mindset. Right here guys, we have this nice square root math simplification and we are to solve for this. So the first thing guys we want to simply do right here is to simplify the innermost root. So we want to simplify the inner root, and we have the inner root to be given as the square root of 20 minus 16 root 3. So we want to simply assume that the square root of 28 minus 16 root 3 is equal to the square root of a multiplied the square root of b. Alright, so we want to assume this. So the next thing we want to do right here is to square both sides. So squaring both sides, we have this to be the square root of 28 minus 16 root 3 is equal to the square root of a multiplied the square root of b. So we want to square both sides right here. So we have that this is going to cancel this. We have 28 minus 16 root 3 is equal to the square root of a minus the square root of b all square. But we know that the square root of a minus the square root of b all square is equal to a plus b minus 2 into the root of ab. So hence we have that 28 minus 16 root 3 is equal to a plus b minus 2 root what? AB. So the next thing we want to do right here is by comparing or equating the rational and the irrational parts right here. So equating that, we have that a plus b is equals to 28, which is the rational part, and we have that 2 root ab is equals to 16 root 3, which is the irrational part. So we call this equation 1 and we call this equation 2. So we are going to say from equation 2, we have that 2 root ab is equals to what? 16 root 3. So we want to divide both sides by 2. And doing that, we have that this is going to cancel out this. So we have the root of AB is equal to 2 here, 1, 2 into 16 is 8. We have this to be 8 root 3. So squaring both sides right here to have AB, this we cancel out this. So we have that AB is equals to 8 square multiply the root of 3 all square. AB is equals to 8 square. We have that 8 square is 64. Multiply this, we cancel out this, we have this to be 3. So we have that AB is equals to 64 multiplied 3 is going to give us 192. So hence we have that the equation is a plus b is equals to 28 and AB is equals to 192. So from here, we want to simply solve for a and b by simply applying the sum and products of the roots of a quadratic equation, and we have the formula to be given as t squared minus into a plus bt plus ab, and this is equals to 0. So this is the formula for the sum and products of the roots of a quadratic equation. So from here, we have that we have this to be t squared minus a plus b, we have it to be 28t plus AB, which is 192, and this is equals to what? 0. So we are going to solve this quadratic equation by making use of the quadratic formula that says that t is equal to minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divide what? 2a, whereby we have that a is equal to 1, b is equals to minus 28, and c is equals to 192. So t is equals to minus into minus 28 plus minus the square root of minus 28 all square minus 4 multiply 1 a, which is 1, multiply c, which is 192, and this is going to divide 2 multiply a, which is 1. So from here, we have that t is equals to minus times minus is plus. So we have this to be 28 plus minus the square root of, so we have minus 28 square is 784 minus 4 multiply 1 multiply 192 is going to give us 768 divide 2 multiply 1 is 2. So t is equals to 28 plus minus the square root of 784 minus 768 is going to give us 16, and this is going to divide 2. So t is equals to 28 plus minus the square root of 16 is 4 divide what? 2. So t is equals to 28 plus 4 divide 2, or we say that t is equals to 28 minus 4 divide 2. So t is equals to 28 plus 4 is going to give us 32 divide 2, or t is equals to 28 minus 4 is going to give us 24 divide what? 2. So from here we have that t is equals to 16, or t t is equals to what? 12. That is 32 divided 2 is 16. 24 divided 2 is what? 12. So from here we have that a is equals to 16 and b is equals to what? 12. So thus we started by simplifying the innermost root right here, and we said let's assume that the square root of 28 minus 16 root 3 is equal to the square root of a minus b. So thus we have that the square root of 28 minus 16 root 3 is equal to the square root of a minus the square root of b. So this is equal to the square root of a is what? 16 minus the square root of b, which is 12. So this is equal to the square root of 16 is 4 minus the square root of 4 multiplied 3. So this is equals to 4 minus the square root of 4 multiplied the square root of 3, and this is equals to 4 minus the square root of 4 is 2 root 3. So we have the innermost root right here, which is 28 minus 16 root 3 all square root. So we have this right here. So we have been able to solve for the innermost root. So next we want to simplify the outer roots right here. So simplifying the outer roots, now we have the equation to be given as the square root into the square root of 28 minus 16 root 3. So this is equal to the square root of, we already know what the innermost root is, right? So we have this to be the square root of 4 minus 2 root what? 3. So again, we are going to assume that the square root of 4 minus 2 root 3 is equal to the square root of x multiplied the square root of y. So we want to simply what? Square both sides. So squaring both sides, this is going to cancel out this. We have this to be 4 minus 2 root 3, and this is equal to the square root of x minus the square root of y all square is going to give us x plus y minus 2 what? Into the square root of what? Xy. So the next thing we want to do is to simply compare or equate the rational and the irrational parts right here. So by doing that, we have that the rational part is given as x plus y, which is equals to 4, and the irrational part is given as 2 into the square root of xy is equals to 2 what? Root 3. So we're going to name this equation 1 and name this equation 2. So we're going to say from equation 2, we have that 2 into the root of xy is equals to 2 root 3. So simply divide both sides by what? 2. So we have that this is going to cancel out this. So we have the root of xy is equals to 2 here 1, 2 here 1. So we have this to be the root of 3. So simply what? Square both sides. This we cancel out this. So we have that xy is equal to this, cancel out this. We have this to be what? 3 right here. So hence we have the equation to be given as x plus y is equal to 4 and xy is equals to what? 3. So we have been able to have this. So next we want to simply solve for x and y, and solving for x and y, we want to apply the sum and product of the roots of the quadratic equation that is given as t squared minus x plus yt plus xy, and this is equals to 0. So we have t squared minus 4t plus 3, and this is equals to what? 0. So we want to factorize this. So the first thing, you want to take the first and the last value, you multiply them together. We have this to be 3t squared. So think of a number that when you multiply those numbers, it's going to give us 3t squared, and when you subtract or add that number, it's going to give us minus 4t. And we have that number to be minus 3t and minus 1t. Now this implies that if we multiply minus 3t multiply minus 1t, this is going to give us 3t squared, and we have minus 3t minus 1t, this is going to give us what? Minus 4t. So we have this right here. So we have this to be t squared minus 3t minus 1t is the same thing as t plus 3, and this is equals to 0. If you factor out this, we have t to be common, so we have t minus 3 left. So if you factor out this, we have minus 1 to be common, and we have t minus 3 to be left, and this is equals to 0. So from here we have that t minus 3 is going to multiply t minus 1, and this is equals to what? 0. So from here we have that t minus 3 is equals to 0, and t minus 1 is equals to 0. So t is equals to 0 plus 3, and t is equals to 3. So we have t is equals to 0 plus 1, and t is equals to what? 1. So we have that a is equals to 3 and b is equals to what? 1. So we have been able to find the values of a and b. So one we recall that the square root of 4 minus 2 root 3 is equals to the square root of x minus the square root of y. So we are going to say, thus we have that the square root of 4 minus 2 root 3 is equal to the square root of x minus the square root of y. So from here, sorry, this is supposed to be x and what y. I'm used to a and b, so that is y. So this is x and y. So this is equal to the square root of, we have the square root of x to be 3 minus the square root of y to be 1, and this is equal to the square root of 3 minus the square root of 1 is 1, and this is the answer. So hence we can easily conclude that the double square root of 28 minus 16 root 3 is equal to the root of 3 minus 1, and this becomes the final answer. So guys, this is how you can solve this nice square root math simplification, and we have the final answer to be the square root of 3 minus 1 right here. So with this guys, I'm going to see you in the next video, and if you are not yet subscribed to Mathematical Mindset, please do it to click onto that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.